looking at proportional relationships in a table. Which table represents a non-proportional relationship between X and Y? Let's take a minute and talk about proportional tables before we get started. So if we take some numbers and put them into our table and we look for proportionality, we're looking with multiplication and division. They're inverse relationships. It's not addition and subtraction, which is the major mistake most students have when they work with this. So let's just look at some numbers and figure out what our proportionality change is. So we're going to go from 8 to 2. We're going to divide. So let's look at division from 8 to 2. And we're looking at our change would be dividing by 4. Now, if that's the case, and we're looking at a proportional table and these values in here are proportional, we should have the same value going forward, and they should all have the same proportional rate. And you see that when we divide these out, they all have 4. And they're equal. So that would mean it's a proportional table. Now, inversely, we can go the opposite direction. So if we're going the opposite direction on this one, we would actually multiply them. So when we multiply all these together, you'll actually see that when we multiply the other way, it will be a different rate because we're going the opposite direction, but they all are equal. So that table works. So let's check these real quick when we work through these tables. So we have that division symbol in there just because we're kind of looking at it, but we can use multiplication or division. I just put that symbol in there and keep that symbol in there to remind us that we're working with multiplication and division. In this case, it looks like we're going to multiply going across. So let's check our first answer choice. When we take those, if we divide them, let's actually divide them. It looks like we're going to divide, use division on this. We're going to divide 1 divided by -4. Positive divided by a negative is always a negative. So we're going to look through these and work through our tables and see if A is true going forward. It looks like they're all true. So yes, A works because they have the same proportionality rate. Let's go to B. Use division once again. We're going to divide these numbers. Use this on your calculator pretty easily. We've got a rate of -5.5, -5.5, -5.5, and -5.5. So B works as well because they have the same rate. Let's move over to C. Do the same thing. We'll divide. Looks like our rate going forward through here is going to be 7.5. Let's see if it's true for all 4 of them. Yes, C works as well. So let's go to D. We use division once again on this one. Looking for division. We got, looks like -2.2 is our first rate. And -1 divided by -1 is a +1. So we've got a different rate here. They are all over the place. They do not have the same rate, so they are not proportional. So it looks like D is going to be our answer choice because it asked which table represents a non-proportional relationship. Table D.